Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 14 of Crossbar podcast. This is Yaz.
It's Brian.
It's the R7. Start with news in the football world. It's been kind of a slow week. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has tested positive for COVID-19. He said, and this is a quote from him. He said, "COVID had the courage to challenge me. Bad idea." That came straight out of his mouth.
What a guy.
How do you guys feel about Zlatan coming down with COVID?
I think his self-esteem is a little up there, you know.
Just a tad.
He's been like that since forever. Like, that's just who he is. Could you imagine if this is the way he goes out? It's like tomorrow. I don't want to make jokes about this, but like tomorrow in the headlines, like, oh, so and so, didn't make it. But knock on wood. Yeah, that's all we have for news in the football world. It's just been a lot of football action. Not much going on outside. Let's move on to transfer news. Ruben Diaz is a new Manchester City player, and Nicolas Otamendi joins Benfica in a swap deal that has been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. Before we go any further, I just want to Romano has been killing it. I know he's watching it. We love you, buddy. All right, let's get to it. Yeah, Ruben Diaz, swap deal, Otamendi, going the other way.
I'd say they know what their problem is, Man City, and they're trying to fix it. Obviously, they bought like 2 defenders now, center backs. Or 3.
This will be their second.
Yeah, so they know the problem and they're trying to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like they haven't really gotten better at defending, like whatsoever.
Well, they had Laporte was sitting out last game, right? And who was and then they had that young guy, Eric Garcia, and then they had Ake. Ake, I mean, just joined, so it takes a little time to settle in. So this is obviously not a finished product. This is not the City that we're going to see. We're going to see a much better City team. And they have 3 solid center backs in Ake, Laporte, and this new guy, Ruben Diaz. So I think their focus now will just be trying to get rid of players to make up some money. But yeah, like Yas said, they know the problem and they're trying to attack it. It's just tricky in this market trying to like get the players you need.
Yeah. Well, knowing Guardiola, he always goes for like the world star target, and now he's mostly investing on the younger players. So definitely not 100% outcome, but it's Guardiola. He knows what he's doing. So we should wait and see.
Another position they're struggling on is left back. They did sign Mendy like 2-3 years back, but he's been injured for a large part of it. I think he's only played 55 games with them, and he's been there for 3 seasons. He should be close to the hundreds or past the hundreds. They have Zinchenko, but Zinchenko's a really a midfielder. They have Cancelo, but Cancelo's really a right back. He's not comfortable there. And they've played other people out of position. You know what I mean? Like that's one. If they had to get one more position, I think it would be left back, or they might just continue with Mendy and let him play another season. But yeah, they know what they need to do and they're going after it.
Yeah,
Mendy's pretty injury prone. That's his biggest thing.
Yeah, that hasn't really helped them out. Let's move on to the next one. Serginho Dest is heading to Barcelona. 22 to 23 million euros guaranteed to Ajax. Personal terms have been agreed until 2025. So Brian, another American in a top league. I wouldn't say a top team, but a top league. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Not there yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good move. Hopefully, he gets some playing time. I think that's the biggest thing. Just competition with Sergio Roberto. But if he can make a mark there, that if he can get consistent playing time, that's gonna help him so much. Just playing with world-class players all around. So great.
Yeah. It was also he had a decision to make either between Bayern or Barca, and ultimately he chose Barcelona. I think he thought that was the better fit, and it's true because Bayern are kind of deep in almost every position. So, I mean, maybe he could challenge for the spot, but I think in Barcelona they just got rid of Semedo, so he would have had a better chance there. I mean, he's with De Jong. I think they're gonna he'll fit right in. He'll be fine. He's gonna make mistakes. Obviously, he's a young player, but once he gets past that stage, solid signing and solid for the U.S. men's team. Another top player. Yep. Andreas Pereira from Manchester United to Lazio. Total agreement reached on a loan with an option to buy. It's going to be somewhere around 27 million euros. His salary will be shared. He will have his medicals next week. Yazdansky. Andreas.
Good move. Yeah, good move for him because he didn't have enough playing time. He's a good player. If it was me, I would let Lingard go and keep Pereira, but I don't know why they did that. But Pereira is a good player. Lazio is a good team, so I think it's going to be a win-win for both.
Mm-hmm. I think they're still going to try to get rid of Lingard like that, regardless of what happens here. Like Lingard, I think they've been trying to shop him for a little while. But yeah, no. Obviously, when Bruno came, his minutes dropped a lot. You can't help him there. Like Bruno did step in and do much better.
And then and the beach.
And yeah, another player in his position. But would you say he's a bad player? Like, is there a player there, or he's just like get rid of him? I don't want to see him again.
Because no. The thing is, I think Man U is in the progress of getting all the world class players in the progress, in the process. So letting these players go is they have to do it eventually.
Yeah, it's kind of like with Arsenal, like for example, say Bellerin. Like, yeah, he's a decent player, but if someone else better comes in, yeah, this guy has to go. Like, exactly. That's the only way the team gets better. Yeah, that's all we have for transfer news. Let's move on to transfer rumors. AC Milan have asked for Diogo Dalot on loan with option to buy. Manchester United want to sell him on a permanent deal. No agreement reached at the moment.
I would want him to go.
Really?
And a loan, yeah, because he is a really good player, and he's not having his time. And I honestly thought he's gonna have more time, knowing that Shaw has been a little shaky recently. So maybe use him as a left back and see if he can play there, because he has played as a left back a few games. This try, he's a right back, yeah.
Right, okay, yeah.
But I think Man U is investing more on Fossum and South this season than Dalot. I think that's why they're letting him go.
Oh, he probably won the job in preseason. I feel like wait. What about the part where it says that Man U are pushing to sell him on a permanent deal? How do you feel about that? Not even yeah, they'll accept the loan, but a permanent deal is a bit aggressive, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
We haven't seen much from the kid. There could be a player there, and that might be one they might regret.
Exactly. He played really well a year and a half ago, I think. I don't remember. 2 years ago, I think it was. And then he just stopped playing as not even in EFL games. So I guess more time is needed to see how.
Has he been injured? I feel like he's been carrying an injury, right?
He was injured for a few months last year, but not the whole year.
He strikes me as a player that could be he's got the size, he's built, he's tall, he's young. But I just haven't seen him. I haven't seen him on the pitch, so I don't know.
I can totally see him going to Wolves, knowing that he's Portuguese.
Oh, fuck. Wait. They just bought a right back, though, Semedo. Yeah. But if they hadn't gone for Semedo, I feel like they probably would have made an offer for Dalot. I could see him going to a lesser league, the Italian league, and being a consistent I'll give you an example. On Real Madrid, Hernandez, what's his name? Theo Hernandez, right? He wasn't getting any playing time in La Liga. Goes to Serie A. He's a really good player for AC Milan. On like a decent team, he's like a starter. He's consistent. So sometimes you have to take a step back to like get consistent playing time.
Same thing happened to Darmian. He went to Serie A.
Yeah. Yep. Let's move on. Chelsea are still considering Declan Rice as their main target. Chelsea are now working to sell players and will then try again to sign him. So they're not done. Tottenham are still in talks with Inter to sign Milan Skriniar. He's a center back for Inter, obviously. He's the number one target on Mourinho's list. Inter want around 60 million euros.
Decent defender. He was linked to Man U,
City.
Barcelona, City, yeah, and
I feel like there might be more clubs out there. Yeah.
I think Bayern too, like last year. He's a really good player, and as I said before.
What?
Wait, what are you talking about?
He just started laughing.
No, I want to say, as I said before, and I remember that we cut that part out.
Oh, yeah.
Deja vu.
All right. Yeah, he's a good player. Tottenham, last year, that was their Achilles heel, was their defense, right? They got a new left back. They got a new right back. And they're looking for a center back. They re-signed Alderweireld, right? So he's not going anywhere. Davinson Sanchez, he's a good player, but he's still getting there. He's still getting there.
Is it Colombian?
Yeah, that's the Colombian, and they have one more. They have one more player. I just completely. Oh, Tanganga. He's an academy player, or he might be a right back.
He's good though. I liked him.
Yeah, he's from the doc.
Yeah, he's from the documentary. He was pretty good. And
I think he's
very, very young from the academy.
Yeah, he's pretty good. No, but there must be another center back that I'm forgetting. But they need to address that. If they can solidify Eric Dyer, that's who it is.
Right.
If they can solidify their defense, I mean, they put together a really good attack. The midfield is better than average, right? And they got a new defense. Mourinho is putting together a tough team, right?
The thing with Tottenham is that they trust their coach and they respect their choices, and they go and buy whoever Mourinho is like saying. And that's really important. And that I remember like last year they really wanted that Dutch striker, and Mourinho, and they bought him right after, and now they bought Bale, and they were trying to buy this guy. So that's a big thing in the club.
In the documentary, you're able to see like Levy. He's like very he's very interactive with the managers and with the players.
Yeah.
Also in the doc, that what they show, and it's kind of carried on to this season a little bit, is that as a team, their confidence or mentally they're not super strong. Like they have these errors in them, and if they can clean that up, you know what I mean? They can be a better team. They can be, obviously they're a good team, but they can be better. Like they're not. Mourinho said in the documentary, they're two good guys, right? They need to be bad guys. When you play in the Prem in a tough league, you got to be bad guys, and you got to commit smart fouls to stop a counterattack. They didn't do that a lot this season, last season, and I mean, hopefully they correct it for this season. I'm an Arsenal fan too, but I like to watch good football. Yeah. They're a good team, and they're making the right moves. And everyone always says Mourinho's second season, although I don't think he did anything with Man U, did he?
He did. We got second season.
No, but like, doesn't he second season he always wins like a major trophy or something like that?
Oh, we didn't. Yeah, we didn't get any trophies, but we got second in the table.
We didn't win one trophy.
No, we won the
Europa
League. Yeah. Was that was in his second season though, right? Was it? Or maybe it was.
I think it was first. I don't remember.
Because he's won a trophy in every club technically.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. AS Roma are preparing a new bid to sign Chris Smalling from Manchester United on a permanent deal. Talks have reopened with Man U. Smalling is pushing to leave and come back to Rome. Here's Donson.
I don't know. I would say let him go back to AS Roma. We have not too many, but we have enough not world star players right now. Defender. We have Jones, we have Lindelof, we have Bailly, we have Maguire. And if you want to keep or buy players, let's just buy decent players, players you can trust.
Honestly, I would just get rid of like all those center backs, like you said, that aren't world class, and then just buy like one that it really is. Like with the money you're getting from those.
It's not easy though. It's so hard.
No, yeah, you have contracts on all of these players.
Yeah, and either you'll get a low bid from like Besiktas for like 8 mil, and that's like the only offer you have, so you kind of have to keep them because you're not going to sell them for that much. So you're losing money there.
Yeah.
So it's tough, but
at least you can get them off the week.
I would let Smalling, Jones, Lindelof, Maguire go and just keep on Zebe, which is a academy player. We can maybe he's gonna be good in the future, and buy honestly because they're both young, and buy a war star player. That's it.
Wait, you say Maguire too?
Dude, yeah, he hasn't shown anything, man.
I thought you liked Maguire.
Yeah, his first game against Chelsea last year.
Damn, awesome business by Leicester, man. Like they let him go, and then they're just advancing. Yeah. I like the way you put it. Like it's kind of like with Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan was on Arsenal. He was on loan at Roma, and he was also pushing to stay at Rome. And I'm kind of feel like you could stay, bro. Like it's fine.
I was actually watching the Roma Juventus game, and he played really well. He's a good player in Roma.
Mickey?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was playing well.
I don't know. When he comes to Arsenal, it just doesn't click. Like he's just not.
It's just really, Prem,
Yeah, the Prem is a different league. Only like good players like Hammonds can get your team to the top of the table. All right, let's move on to the Man U versus Brighton game. There's a controversial ending, and 3-U Man U. Yes, Donsky, how did you see the game, and what happened? Break it down for us.
As a Manchester United fan, I wanted that game to end as either a tie or Brighton win.
Wow.
Why? Because Man U played shite. They didn't deserve to win, man. I think Brighton had like 5 shots on like they hit the post 5 times, so that's one thing. And then Johan Bach's
he played, right?
Yeah, and he had an assist, the second goal. The defense of Man U was shite. And then even the attack wasn't as good. So, and I think Brighton had more position on the ball, both halves. So that's the first thing I want to say. Second, the last, I think there was a +5 of the overtime, and then it ended at 100.
It was like +30.
Yeah, it was like 90 + 11, something like that. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think Brian froze.
He's just thinking. Was it the lineup? The lineup was off to begin with. Players just weren't.
Well, he brought in Van de Beek on 90th minute. I don't know why.
The game's over. What the fuck?
I know. It was just killing time, I guess. Pogba I don't know what's up with this guy, man. Like he's playing kind of shite. Last 2 games, nothing special. As a matter of fact, McTominay played better than Pogba.
Don't tell me we have an Ozil situation where he just forgets how to play.
And then he played Matic last game over Van de Beek, and that was weird because we wanted to attack more, not defend more. I think it's, again, as I said, unfortunately, Ole's decisions this season, last 2 games, aren't the smartest ones. So I think
Is Ole really the man for this job, though?
We did cover that last week, yeah.
Yeah, like you started a little bit last game. I mean, last episode, and you said yes, but honestly, he just doesn't seem like it to me.
I think he's trying to prove a point that I need players. Just listen to me, board members, and let me buy this guy and this guy.
He has a decent amount of players, though. He's just not putting the right ones in the field.
That is true. I mean, we do need a few players, one defender, one winger, but I don't know. And left back.
I didn't watch the full 90. I did catch the last 10. But I've been hearing a lot of buzz about the Brighton right back. Is he right back? Yeah. Tariq Lamptey. He was a Chelsea academy player, and they let him go last season in the January window. He wanted to play more minutes, and they sold him to Brighton, and he's been balling. Really good player. He's small. He's like 5'6" or under, but he's really good on the ball, going forward, defending. He's really good. So Brighton are a tough team to play. You know what I mean? Like they're a menace. Same thing what happened with Arsenal towards the end of last season. Like we had a lead, and then Brighton is just nitty and gritty, and it's tough to play against them. I like what they got going on, and I don't think they're going to get relegated. I think they have a good team together, and they'll be like mid-table. I think they'll be safe from relegation. They have a tough team. Yeah. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, that ending. So for those that didn't know, the game was called over, right? And then they went back to VAR, checked for possible was it handball?
Handball,
yeah.
Yeah, handball, and they determined that it was a handball, and they gave a penalty kick, and then was it Bruno Fernandes, right? Bruno, he scored the game winner. So what happened there? Like what's going on? Like is the game over or is it not over?
It was over, and I don't know what the VAR rule is. Like, do they check after the game is over? I don't know. What's the rule.
He literally blew the whistle.
Yeah.
Action took place before, so he's just like, all right, let's just continue the game again.
I was like, don't know how they do it. Like, I don't know what's the rule.
Yeah, it was a bit weird. It was a handball. I will say that.
Yeah, it definitely was.
It was a handball. It was just a little weird in the course of action.
Like the game is over. Like this has been a rule since football was invented. Like, once they blow the final whistle, like you leave it on the pitch and you move on to the next game. Like,
I think it's the same rule. Okay, you know when there's a yellow card, but the referee like doesn't like avantage, and then yeah, and then they play, and then after that game, like the game, like that play is over, the referee goes to the player and shows a yellow card. Do you guys know if that happens and there's an advantage, and then at the end the whistle is like done? Does the referee like show the yellow card or no? I think they do.
The ref can still give cards after the game.
Even after the game,
Yeah, like or even before a game, I think too. But to give a pen call after a game when the ball is dead, it just doesn't make sense to me.
I haven't seen it myself either. Well, I will say though, there's been a lot of handballs, like not only this week, like but specifically this week, but like even like just the past like season or so, there's been a lot of handballs.
Yeah, that's a good topic. I like that you brought that up. We can cover that in just a sec, but I want to go back to like when you blow the whistle at 90 minutes. Like in other sports, like say for example basketball or football, this has happened as well where there's been a clear call and the ref misses it. But no matter what, once the ref makes that decision, he's not changing his mind, right? after the game is over, right, the league will go out and comment and say, oh yeah, the ref missed that play. It should have been this. Moving forward, we'll try to correct that. But never have I seen, I don't know, let's say a basketball game get ruled over, and then no, wait, never mind, there was a foul. He shoots a free throw. Like that. That's never happened. Like once the whistle is blown, like the game is done. Right? I thought the same thing applied in the FA. I don't know. This one is weird. I've never seen anything like this.
And I still don't know if it was referee's mistake or if it's the rule. I don't know.
I don't know. VAR is good, but at the same time, it's like it's not very consistent. Now let's talk about the really good point that Brian brought up about handballs. Like, what exactly is a handball nowadays? We kind of don't know. Like, what I thought was a handball is not really a handball. It's changed, and now they do this. I don't even know what a handball is these days. Like, the moment the ref makes a decision, right? He makes that call, and then he starts listening to his earpiece, and then it's enough for him to go to the monitor. I already know they're giving that call. You know what I mean? Like, once he goes to the monitor, it's over with. He's changing his mind. I've never seen him go to the monitor and not you know what I mean, not give it.
I think they changed the rules last year. And before that, it was if your hand is separated from your body, like anywhere by your body, that's a handball, right? But I think now, after a year ago, even if it's connected to your body and it hits your hand, it's still a handball.
It's essentially anything that has an influence on the game.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is that, okay, so as a Madrid fan.
Wait, you Madrid fan? No.
Yeah.
I knew it.
What's it called? There was a handball in the Real Madrid game, and I think I forgot who it was. It might have been someone else. I think he pushed back Bartra, the former Barcelona defender. He pushed him, and when he fell, well, he didn't push him. He gave him a light shove, but it was enough for him to fall. And when he fell, his arm actually hit the ball. And honestly, I actually didn't think it was a handball. But since it had an impact on the game, it was considered to be a handball. And it just didn't make sense to me, because now it's not even like he's doing this purposely. It's like he kind of just kind of happened, and it wasn't on a purpose action, but it still counts as a handball.
Yeah, it's more strict now.
Yeah,
it's too strict, I think.
Like, it happened in the Everton game. James. Oh, sorry. Is he still talking?
A handball, especially how I was growing up. Yeah, I was gonna say something great. I was gonna say a handball has always been something like when you do something with purpose. You know what I mean? With an advantage to get. But it's not really that anymore.
Well, for example, there is this one play in the Everton game, right, where James makes a full field cross. Beautiful play by James. Good for him. And Lucas Digne goes to kind of cross it with his head for Calvert-Lewin or Richarlison. I forget who it was, right? When he goes on a one-timer to cross it with his head, the defender, his arm was in an unnatural position. He was just turning, right? And he just, the way everyone rotates, right? Like, you need to use your arms, right, for stability, right? And he just happened to turn around, and it's just natural. Like, that's just the way everyone moves, right? No one rotates with their arms like this. Like, you need to have your arms to balance yourself. And it just happened to hit him. I'm like, all right, there was definitely no intention there. But like Brian said earlier, it does affect the path of the ball. Like, the ball, if he had not touched it, it would have been a perfect pass. But he did affect the course of the ball. So I don't know. I thought if it was your hand was in an unnatural position, you do make that extra effort to prevent that play from happening. But I don't even know, honestly. I'm still trying to learn that play.
Wait, was that the one? I don't know if I'm not sure if that's the one I'm also thinking about. It's that or one of the either Juventus or something like that. But it's like they were going for the ball, and he heads it, but he was not even looking at the ball. It
It
was
happened, it happened in the Tottenham Newcastle game.
oh yeah,
It ended in a
yes,
1-1
that
tie,
one.
and Mourinho was pissed. And the same thing happened. Same thing happened. Like the defender couldn't do anything about it. It was Eric Dyer actually. He was just going up, and like when you jump up, your hands go up, and the ball just happened to hit him. But like,
It was Eric Dyer.
He didn't do it intentionally. He just, you need your arms. I don't even know.
Thing is that Dyer wasn't even looking at the ball. He was literally, it was behind him, so he couldn't even see if that was going to be an advantage or not.
I like that you said that because this reminds me of PSG versus Man U. Do you remember this, guys? When Kimpembe, he turns around, his arm just happens to be out, and I don't know who shot it. It might have been Matic or something.
Dalot, actually.
Dalot? And it happens to hit him, and I'm like, that's definitely not a handball. Little do I know it is a fucking handball. But going back to the Newcastle Tottenham game, the manager, I don't know the manager's name, but he talked about it in the interview after, saying basically like, yeah, we did get a point out of it, but it's truly not fair. Like this, I should be more happy, but I'm not, because this isn't football. Like football is changing a lot, and he said that as coaches we should gather together and go to the FA and try to change this rule, because this is not what we're accustomed to. So he was excited that they got points, but at the same time he wasn't, because it's not really fair, so that they should look into that, or at least make it more clear. Yeah.
There were two handballs in the Roma Juventus too. As Brian says, so many handballs recently.
Yeah.
But some of the handballs in that game were like,
no, they were obvious.
Clear. They were so clear.
Dude,
it was like, what are you doing?
The Roma one, he literally blocked the ball.
I was like, what?
What?
No,
Italy's a different beast though. They actually just do it for fun.
Okay, let's move on to the Man City Leicester game. We covered it a little bit earlier, but yeah, City do not look comfortable in defense, and Leicester are just picking up where they left off last season. Like they look like they could finish fucking top 4. Man, they are good.
Yeah. I mean,
Rodgers is a good coach.
Brendan Rodgers, yeah. I mean, it didn't work out at Liverpool, but he found a way. I mean, it's tough, right? It's tough because obviously Ranieri won a title, but are they playing better football under Rodgers than they are under Ranieri? Like, what's going on there?
The consistency under Ranieri versus under Rodgers, you can see the difference.
True. Yeah.
Ranieri's soccer, I feel like expired after a year.
It did. It really did.
Rodgers is being more consistent.
Yeah. That Leicester game is unbelievable. Really, Leicester is. I don't like when I see them on the schedule for Arsenal. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a tough game. Right? They need to be on their shit.
I don't think Man City's gonna. I mean, obviously it's still really, really early, but I don't see this team keeping pace with Liverpool. To be honest, like they just seem they have an error in them.
Oh, I just remembered what I wanted to say. This is, the City team. Well, again, like you said, it's early. Let's wait for their players to come in. Let's wait for Pep. Give them like a month and a half to really understand what Pep wants to do with them, and then we'll see what it's looking like. But in the meantime, they can't keep dropping points. They cannot do that. What I do want to say is Phil Foden, man. Holy shit. Like, he is, like, do you remember, like, a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, Pep said that Phil Foden was the most talented player he has ever seen, or he's ever coached or seen, or something like that? And everyone was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You literally coached Messi, right? I can kind of understand where he's coming from. Like, the kid is really good.
He said the best, or one of the smartest young players, or the smartest young player he's coached.
No, it wasn't even young. I think he said like
no, it was young. Because I remember. I think it was the documentary, or like it was an interview. No, it was an interview, and they specifically called him out on it, and he said no. I said young.
Oh, he backtracked.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, Messi was young too, and he won the Ballon d'Or. But
No, I really like Foden. I really want him to go to Real Madrid.
all right, let's stay on topic though.
No, I really do though. He's such a good player. He's really good with both feet. He can distribute. He can shoot. He's
Dude,
a very complete cam. Like,
I'll say it right now, dude. He's better than Gundogan. Like Gundogan just lost his spot because Foden is better, dude. He plays the simple pass. Like he has really good vision for a 20-something-year-old. I think he'll be in the Euros. Like he'll definitely make the roster if he continues his form.
Absolutely.
For next season. I really like him. I mean, he's been waiting for a while to get his opportunity. I think when Pep first joined, he was like he's still a scrawny, but he was actually a twig. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, Phil Foden, he played some like meaningless Champions League games, and like yeah, he had an assist here and there, but he is truly come a long way. I really like Foden. Sucks that he invited some Icelandic girl over to his hotel room and he got kicked out from the squad. But
it was him and someone else. I forgot who.
In Greenwood, yeah.
Yeah, Greenwood.
You guys said Google search. They have audio of them inviting the girl. I don't know if they were inviting him, but them talking on the phone with the girls, like talking about what they should do and if they should come over or not to the hotel room, and like they just don't know what they're doing. Like it's so funny. Yeah, no, Foden is a good player. PSG, I say PSG. Man City have a good player in their hands. They're gonna pick up for him. They'll do better. And then the other game we wanted to cover was the Bayern versus Hoffenheim. The final score was 4-1 Hoffenheim. Bayern slipped up, dropped points.
I thought this was an interesting game, not only because Bayern has been like 20-something win streak, but I thought it was interesting because now it kind of gives a blueprint for other teams to face Bayern. And we already knew that Bayern had potential defensive problems because they were exposed against Barca. They were exposed like a bit against some of the other teams they faced as well in the Champions League. But none of them actually like fully capitalized on it. But now you see a team that really did. And what was interesting is that they actually they didn't play out of the back, because you can't really play out of the back against this Bayern team, right? Like Barca, they tried to play out of the back and they got punished. This team, this Hoffenheim team, they literally just put it over and then, try to win that first ball, whatever. And then they went for the counterattack. I think that's how you really have to play against this Bayern team, because you can't go through them. So you got to go over them.
The Bayern are in kind of the same boat as Juventus. Like the league is not as strong, so I think they're like eight championships in a row or something, like domestically. Do you think there's a team out there, maybe Dortmund, maybe another team, Mönchengladbach or a Hoffenheim or Leverkusen? Is there a team that can challenge them for the title, or is Bayern still too good? They'll figure it out and they'll win it again, because I think they're still too strong.
Yeah, they are too strong.
Definitely, like right now, they're too strong.
Yeah, I think they're gonna win it again.
They will.
Honestly, but one reason that they kind of like fucked up was probably they were tired because they had the Sevilla game, maybe.
True.
Not too long ago, and they had the Bundesliga game, so maybe that's the reason.
I think it is a blueprint to how to potentially bother Bayern. I don't know if many teams can actually execute on it though. That's the difference, right? It's like it seems great. It's about executing it. They did execute it, which was great. And maybe Champions League teams could potentially execute it, but I don't know. Like you said, these teams aren't on that caliber to properly execute it week in and week out to actually like put a dent on Bayern throughout the season.
Bayern did. Go ahead.
No, I just suspect.
let's talk about Hoffenheim. Could Hoffenheim challenge for the German league title? Are they going to be like the Leipzig or the Mönchengladbach? Because those two teams were at the top of the table for a good portion of last season, and then Dortmund figured their way, and Bayern figured their way and made it to the top. But there's some good teams in the German league. If only there was more Champions League spaces for them. Like I feel like you'd have more teams make a deep run because they have good teams. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say there. They'll figure it out. Let's move on to predictions.
Wait, quick thing. I don't want to touch too much upon it, but the Atletico Madrid game was pretty interesting. Suarez literally came and he literally had like 2 goals and 1 assist. Him and Joao Felix played really well together, and honestly, he just said bye to Diego Costa, and he just made himself a starter. And they're low key kind of scary.
Dude, this is what I thought last season when they spanked Real like 7-3 in preseason. Do you remember that? Oh yeah, you traveled to that. Didn't you do like the 4-hour drive down there? I thought Atletico was the shit. I'm like, Barca's kind of shit, Real's kind of shit. I thought he was gonna win the league. Nah, like they're good.
No.
They're good.
No, but I know, but well, obviously it depends, right? Because Suarez can be inconsistent at times, but I guess from this game, it was actually like they were an exciting team, which is really cool. Obviously, I don't know if this is going to be good in the long term, but
Yeah, I would say they're definitely better than last year's Atletico.
Yeah.
But I also think that Barca is better than last year, at least so far. Really.
Yeah, they couldn't be worse.
Yeah, there's only one way to go. Which is up. All right, let's move on to predictions. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. Dude, I don't know with Chelsea anymore. Like, and Crystal Palace is a solid squad. Like, they have some dogs.
I'm seeing a tie.
I'm gonna say a tie too. I'll say Chelsea drops points again.
Dude,
Fuck Chelsea.
Yes, I'm gonna say Zaha 2 goals. So Crystal Palace.
Okay, let's move on. Arsenal versus Sheffield.
Arsenal. Sheffield is kind of shite this year.
I'm gonna say Arsenal gonna bounce back from their loss. And I have how are they doing? I haven't followed up with Sheffield. Like, are they just struggling?
Leeds?
Yeah, they lost to Leeds.
1-0. And Leeds has been playing pretty well. Like 3 games, 2 W's, pretty good. And they only lost against Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Arsenal.
Arsenal. Man U versus Spurs. Ooh, that's a good one. What day is that?
Is Bill playing now? Because he didn't play last game.
I
I was
think
really waiting for.
Dude, he's injured again.
he's
Hear the news?
What's the name?
No, he's not. You're lying. Really?
I don't know. Yeah. So
Oh my god.
apparently, he was injured before. Like he did the medical exam or whatever, and they found out he has to be out of the field for 5 weeks.
What the fuck?
From he didn't play.
I think he like twisted his
think he
back
had
in a
some.
golf swing.
Yeah, he had some like history or something.
He literally didn't play for Real Madrid. He was on the bench.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Oh, damn.
I'm gonna go with an upset. I'm gonna say Spurs. I don't see
Man U is not clicking right now. I'm gonna say Spurs too.
Dude, because of their jerseys, they got 3 shy jerseys. Of course, they can't.
I wanted to bring that up. I actually don't mind that the red one, the one that we thought was like shit. From far away, you can't really see the pattern, so it looks like a solid jersey. It looks, I'd go to the flea market that Brian goes to and buy it. And then,
Yo, flea market is so good.
Shout out flea market if you're watching this.
Nice guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Spurs actually.
I can't go against my team, so Man U.
That's fair. Liverpool versus Villa. Liverpool.
Shout out to Jota scoring his first goal yesterday.
Oh yeah, true. He did. Solid signing. Everton versus Brighton. Ooh, that's a good one too.
I would watch that.
I think I don't know if this is gonna be like a really, really big test for them, but I think it's gonna be one of the bigger tests.
It's true because their only big competition so far has been Tottenham. Actually, no, who else? What other team? They beat. Did they beat Palace or did they tie to Palace?
They won all of their games. So
Oh shit. Okay.
They're top of the league actually.
Yeah. I what I do feel though is that like their like fairy tale is gonna come crashing down on them real soon. Like they're gonna realize like what the Prem really is all about. It's gonna happen soon. Like
I would say they're gonna win because they're riding the stick so far. So I think they're gonna stick to it.
yeah. So it's true. I'm gonna go with you. I don't think they're gonna lose anytime soon. So I'm gonna say Everton.
I'm say a tie.
But they will come down crashing back to reality soon. I know it's Atletico versus Villarreal.
I'm gonna say Atletico. I'm excited. Excited to see this Joao Felix.
I'm gonna say Atletico because Villarreal has Unai Emery, the former Arsenal coach. Fuck that guy, man. Fuck that guy.
They lost 4-0 last week. Too.
Yeah, they lost 4-0 against Barca.
And they play shy. Their goalkeeper is so shit.
Let's see. Real versus Levante.
Ooh, Real Madrid.
I don't know anything about Levante. I know they had one Colombian, but he left to the Prem. So, are they like a tough team? Are they like a Brighton? Are they hard to play against? Or are they just
No, they're
just
not.
walk in the park? Alright, so I'm gonna go Real.
Wait, Yaz didn't say anything. I know he wants to say something.
I was just
Levante.
Levante. Oh shit! You know why? Because he said first.
Wait, he just said he wants to make a bet.
Oh, we have a Crossbar podcast exclusive. Trigger the lights. Trigger the lights.
Oh, they're betting on.
So Brian, Mr. Worldwide Calderon, is challenging Yazdan. Go ahead, challenge him.
Put your car on it.
Oh.
Or Man U, Spurs, or
Yeah, what is he putting on what? On who? All right, time expired. The Crossbar podcast exclusive. That will tune in next week and we'll do another one. We're running close to over an hour, so Barca versus Sevilla.
Ooh.
Ooh. You know what?
I want to see an upset.
I'm gonna say Barca.
Really? I'm gonna say Sevilla is it's largely the same team. Barca has a lot of new pieces, but Messi is. I'm gonna say Barca too. Fuck it.
I'm gonna say
No. I'm gonna say tie.
I'm gonna say Sevilla just because even though I think Barca might score, I don't think their defense is good enough to like have a clean sheet or anything against
So
Sevilla.
let's do a parlay. If Barca wins, you guys each pay me $10. If that's any score against that, I give you guys $3 each. Deal?
How about this one? All right, so you both pay me $4, right?
Each.
Yeah, each.
After Warzone tonight?
That's it. All right, let's wrap this one up. Juve Napoli.
Ooh.
Yaz only has bad deals. He doesn't make good deals.
Ow. Ooh.
Wait, Juve Napoli, you said?
Yeah.
It's a hard one.
I'd say you.
I'm gonna say Juve.
Yeah, I'll say Juve too.
Actually,
Napoli has.
I'm gonna say Napoli.
I'm gonna say Juve.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Lazio. Because I thought they had Insigne. I'm like Insigne's gonna spank. I'm thinking of Lazio. No, Juve. I'm gonna say
And Napoli I saw like against Barca a few months ago was.
Wait, Insigne. Napoli does have Insigne.
I meant to say Immobile. Wow, I'm over. Immobile. Immobile used to be a Juve academy product, and they let him go when he was young. So he hates Juve. He has like a vengeance out for them. You know what I mean? So every time he plays them, he goes hard.
He has an erect.
Yeah. No, like he literally like it springs up.
I've seen.
The medical staff has to attend to him because he can't play with it. PSG versus. Oh, I wish we had most time to help me pronounce this one in French. Angers. I think it's Angers.
I was honestly questioning why I still put PSG on this list. Like, there's no point.
Dude, that thing is so fucking boring.
I'd say Angers is gonna win.
Oh yeah.
Right, I'm putting his house on that one too. All right.
Dortmund versus Freiburg.
Ooh.
Dortmund.
Yeah, Dortmund needs to bounce back.
Bayern versus Hertha Berlin.
Bayern.
Bayern is gonna be horny as fuck. I see like an 8-0 or something.
Seriously, dude. Okay.
Oh,
Worldwide.
quick thing. I think the Champions League, what you call it?
Draw.
Group stage?
Yeah, the group stage. I think it's coming out soon, so be tuned for that. I'm not sure if it's this week or next week, but I kind of feel like it's this week.
You and Real Madrid are in the same group, man.
Yo, I would love that.
Wait, let's wrap this up real quick. We're almost done. Brian, I think you had something to say, didn't you? What should the viewers do to this video?
They should comment, like, and subscribe.
Hey, that's been the best one yet since we started, right? And like in the 14 episodes that we've done, that's been the best one yet. Yustansky, what is our upload schedule looking like?
Wednesday at 6.
And where can they follow us on social media?
@ Crossbar Podcast on Insta.
That has been episode 14.